Unfortunately, we have to talk about that game some more. Washington just lost its preseason opener 48-18 versus the New England Patriots in a game where we did just about nothing correct. We know that Washington didn't play its starters and it set down about 30 or so players, but with the amount of backups that could see the field at any point in depth positions, definitely some things to be concerned about. But let's talk about that nasty ass preseason debut. What it do, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson back with the latest and greatest with the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. Clearly, I'm still discombobulated from that nasty ass preseason performance. We didn't even finish tonight's watch party because it's the preseason. If it was the regular season, we would sit it through. But I don't think there was any more I could take. I was starving. I had me a nice little dinner and got comfortable in my cozy home clothes because what is there left to be seen in a 48-18 preseason game? We're going to start with we just looked bad from the opening, from get-go. The first play of the entire preseason was a Travion Henderson 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. I'm going to try to shoot guys bail. I'm going to try to not be overly negative because this is the preseason and I don't want to crash out because the guys that make this team go did not play football tonight. But special teams? It ain't the backup special teams in the game. The kickoff team, I get it. You can't run kickoff return in practice. You can't really run punt and punt return in practice other than just simulating kicking the ball off and fielding it. But god damn, not only did they house one, it took a touchdown saving tackle to stop Antonio Gibson and a Jalen Lane tackle to stop another return from breaking past midfield. These Bamas don't look like they've ever practiced kick return team in their life. Kickoff team. Look, I can't even get the teams right because I'm so flummoxed by our backups and backups look like they should be on the DC Defenders. It was pretty bad. I can start with my very short list of positives from tonight. And on that list, Tay Martin, 3 catches for 36 yards. Or was that Brooks? I don't know. I thought Tay Martin was number 6. Whoever number 6 was, he was making plays. I thought that was your boy Tay Martin that Ed be calling Big Play Tay. Him and Ja'Cory Brooks, they were making plays at times once the game was already sealed. Ja'Cory Krosky merited a couple touches he made. He showed wiggle. He showed intention, he showed acceleration, and he made a couple plays that should have been nothing turned to something. And Josh Johnson tried his best to get the team back into it. No, Johnny Newton, you get a game ball, nobody else gets a game ball. Johnny Newton forced a turnover versus the Patriots starters at the beginning of the game, and he is the only player that gets a game ball from me. Trey Amos, and the little bit you played, you flashed, but Johnny Newton's the only person that actually went out and made a play. Let's start with Chris Moore, the 32-year-old receiver who has been getting way more time than I'm comfortable with running with the ones in practice because Terry McLaurin is not at camp right now. Chris Moore should not be trusted to hold his newborn child at the hospital after birth because Sam Hartman fed him 2 gifts in the first half of this game today, and he dropped both of them shits. KJ Osborne dropped a touchdown from Sam Hartman. While Sam Hartman wasn't the sharpest earlier, those 3 plays could have definitely changed the fortune of not only Sam Hartman's night on what this nasty-ass 48-18 scoreboard looks like. I don't care about winning or losing in the preseason. I could give a flying fuck about winning a single preseason game. But the eye test and the manner in which you do so does matter. And we look like we played a bunch of guys that did not practice one time all summer. The corners were afraid to tackle by the end of the third quarter. The linebackers are getting bullied. Kane Madrano looks small as shit out there with offensive linemen coming at him. Training camp practice and actual games are two drastically different things. It's easy to look like a bully when there's no hitting or physicality or guys can't put their hand on you. Kane Madrano was getting his shit bullied on the inside, but he did look better than Dominic Hampton. He looked better at Dominic Hampton. We looked very undisciplined. We looked very rusty, and I expect a lot of this on August 8th, 1 month before the season, but damn, that was bad. We got our backs kicked in every way possible. New England ran it when they wanted to. They passed it when they wanted to. And I'm going to keep hearkening back to the players that make this team successful or not. The players we live and die off of did not play in this game. But whole time, what if some of those players, knock on wood, aren't available? What if we have to put some of these receivers in an NFL game? What if Terry takes the nuclear option, doesn't get extended, and decides to hold out? You mean I have to watch on my 65-inch OLED when the NFL season starts? I got to watch Ja'Cory Brooks or Chris Moore or Michael Gallup or KJ Osborne play wide receiver for my football team. Just very bad on all fronts, man. This was one big collective egg laid to start the preseason, man. I'm not going to really find too many. Even the kicker was not good today. Matt Gay comes out and misses a kick to start the game, and this is after we let a kick go for a touch. Tressaway and Johnny Newton are the only people you can really say had a game today, who flashed in the game today, because you got to try really hard. Jalen Lane had a chance on a couple punt returns, but the turf monster was eating his ankles like the return of Antonio Gibson back to Ashburn. But I'm not going to lose my mind over it. I'm not going to lose any sleep over this. But definitely not the way you want to start your preseason at all. Sam Hartman doesn't look like the same player since he cut his hair. The aura's gone completely. We're dropping passes left to right. We're getting procedural penalties. We're getting undisciplined late hits. We're lowering helmets, and not to mention guys are getting hurt. Apparently Luke was banged up at some point. Ben Sinnott, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, my guy Bill, who actually looked sharp in the few plays he touched the ball, had to go back to the tent after an unnecessary late hit. The refs were not in midseason form. They were rusty as well. They missed a couple big holding calls, but I'm not going to sit here and talk to you about missed penalties over a preseason game. I'm not going to do it. And I'm going to keep going back to, I'm not going to lose any sleep over this game. But you would be lying if this didn't leave a little bit of sour milk taste in your mouth after Washington's first preseason game. So, trying something new, because these games don't count yet. I'm not tripping. I know this is not what it's going to look like when we get to September 7th. So you let me know in the comments, what about tonight's game could you find as a silver lining, encouraging, or something to build on going forth? Is it Ja'Cory Brooks getting up to 59 receiving yards, or our boy Big Play Tay? I don't know. I'm a little flummoxed by how much of a Bush League operation it looked like. Like, this picture of Dan Quinn explains it all. Like, 48-18. Like, listen, I've seen us go to Osaka, Japan, and 50 burger somebody and still go out and be ass during the regular season. I don't care if we win all or lose all of our preseason games. But when you're young players, You know what I mean? Like when your young players are out there stinking it up like that, it's like, holy shit. It makes you want to say, like, damn, if anything happens to our starters, like these are the Bamas that are going out there. But also, first preseason game, first game type competition, this in joint practice this week. So I don't want us to panic or lose our minds over this, but there are things, there are positions, there are players that need to be reprimanded for this. Like Chris Moore would not be allowed on my premises tomorrow. Like he should get a hard knock style public release from the team. Brother, you don't want to catch the football. You want no parts of catching the football. You've done it countless times in practice. You've done it in joint practice. If you've now done it for a national audience, congratulations. You've gotten your pink slip delivered to you, signed, sealed. Please leave my premises. He doesn't want to catch a football. KJ Osborne, the best throw of the night from a Washington Commanders quarterback was a slot fade. Shit, it looked like Jaden threw that shit. It was accurate as hell. Perfect teardrop right in the bucket. And what does KJ, the friendly ghost, do? He drops it. I think it was Bobby Price or Kevin Seymour had an interception thrown right to him tonight. What did they do? Drop it. We got to like nice things, especially as some fledgling trying to make the roster guy. How do you not make those plays when they're handed right to you? It felt like the Patriots could have suited me up and I would have got active on our defense at this point. Woolridge, 9 of 12 for 131 and a touchdown. Josh Dobbs, 5 of 12, 45 yards. Drake May was only 3 for 5, and we made him turn it over. So we at least got to win. We made their starting offense turn it over, but we gave them a bunch of short fields. All their running backs, it seemed like we're going 5 yards per carry or over. And we let this Chisholm receiver look like the next coming of the Edelman, Amendola, Wes Welker package of white specialists that become legends in New England. It was just a bad looking night on all parts. We didn't do much of anything correct. I'm looking at the team stats right now, which I don't really typically care for. We somehow outgained them because we were down 100 points and we were trying to work our way back. We outgained them in the passing game. We outgained them in total yards, 338 to 327. But if you were watching, you know that's cap. You know that's fictitious a little bit. It was pretty bad. And I'm not going to spend too much more time talking about it because I'm sorry of any of you that watched that all the way to the finish. There was no way I was making it through a watch party for that for a preseason game. I will finish my watch party no matter what's happening in the Bengals game. And we're going to see a lot more important players to go. But your boy needed to eat something. We needed to get off, and I was going to come back and touch base with you. But let me know, right, as long as you want in the comments. Let me know your full thoughts from the game tonight. I did not let this game impact my feelings on the season. I know how good of a football team we are based on our core nucleus. But what tonight did show me is that if shit hit the fan, knocks on wood, with any of our important starting players or core backup players, we could be cooked. We could be barbecue chicken, Kansas City smoker if we have to play some of these guys on an NFL Sunday, because I saw a lot of players who are not ready to go. Josh Connerly looked fine-ish. The only main play I saw him really get beat was on a stunt. I'm not going to blame him for that. Trey Amos, in a little bit he played, he looked good, but he didn't play enough for us to really talk about it. Jalen Lane was out there doing cardio on offense and returning punts. And a couple times where he had a chance to make a little something happen, get a little wiggle going, he fell down. Not mad at him. Kane Madrano, the effort was there. The physicality is not yet. And he doesn't have the play strength yet to take on NFL linemen and backs when they come downhill. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt got a few touches. The 9-yard gain, beautiful. Had a nice little play off a screen. And Every time he touched it, he was almost ready to be hit immediately, and he still got back to the line or made something happen with it. So you see the instincts and you see the core ingredients of a running back that can make plays in this league. But what else is really there to talk about? What else is really there to talk about from this game tonight? Like, I'm being dead ass serious. What's there to talk about? Not even the kicker was on point tonight. Not even the fucking kicker was on point tonight, man. Shout out Tay Martin. Tay Martin looked active. Lawrence Cager until he dropped the pass. A lot of drops to go around. Michael Gallup made an appearance. Michael Gallup's not making this team. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. Michael Gallup is not making this roster. I can assure you. I can assure you of that. Robert McDaniel made 3 tackles, but he made no impact on the game. Johnny Newton having 3 tackles and having a sack, strip sack. That's about all that we have to ride home about. Jeremy Reeves was smacking shit. Jeremy Reeves and Noah Igbenogany, they were getting active as far as coming downhill and smacking shit, but I'm not going to hold you. That's all I got for right now, bro. There's not much more I can tell you about this game. Washington needs to play better in preseason game number 2, but I'm not really concerned about the result of a preseason game. But these boys need to run some gassers. They need to watch some film, and they need to be berated a little bit. They need to be screamed. No, they need to be yelled at, and they need to be humbled a little bit. On the plane ride back, they need to think about their lives, and is football the best career path for them? Because what I saw tonight is a lot of Instacart workers, a lot of Uber drivers, a lot of fries in the bag from Washington's depth piece backups. Football may not be the career path for some of these guys, but it was also one preseason game, so I'm not going to sit here and panic about it. We're still nice. We're still going to be nice, and I haven't changed anything I feel about how good this team can be based on what I saw. Too many players didn't play tonight. 30 players, 31 players didn't touch the field, and those are the core ingredients. But man, did we make a New England Patriots team who's looking to find their identity this year look like they belong in this league tonight. 48-18. But let's not act like if we didn't run the ones in a regular game, they wouldn't have got worked. They would have got worked out. Bro, Johnny Newton and our backup defense forced a turnover on that starting defense. But still, they would have had a touchdown up early because Travion Anderson recorded it was just a bad night. It was just a bad night overall. Stinker, laid egg. I'll tell you what, in summary, if you're going to go out and look like dog shit and lose by 30 points, you have at it, and you do it on August 8th, because once Labor Day passes and we get to September, if a performance like that were to ever exist, then we're going to have some really tough and some really spooky conversations. Hashtag pay Terry McLaurin. Hashtag cut Chris Moore tonight, even though roster cuts don't start until the end of the preseason. I don't need Chris Moore on my team anymore. I don't need that type of energy. I don't need those type of hands ever showing up on a field that Jaden Daniels plays on ever again. That's all I got for right now. Air all grievances in the comments. Keep hailing to the Washington Commanders and know that we are an actual good football team, but the backups are not. So that's all I got for right now. Thank y'all for watching the watch party. Sorry we ended that early. We will go to the last second ticks off of the clock. Monday Night Football versus the Bengals on the 18th. I'll be dropping some more content tomorrow so we can go deeper in depth and in detail. Y'all have a blessed Friday night. Y'all be safe. Talk soon. Commander Rio out.